Rip headphone users, am I right, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're joined by Coach Zikz of 100 Thieves. Congratulations on the win, 2-0. I gotta say, man, we're like, pretty much almost done with that first half on Ascent. I look up for a second, I see the score, and I'm like, what in the heavens is going on? You guys are just shellacking them out there. Was that something that you had felt like could be a reality given what you know about this team? You feel like, okay, we could definitely make those like undefeated rounds or undefeated halves happen, or was that even a shock to you?
I was pretty confident coming into our match against C9. A lot of the comps that they play are really like low util for the actual like hits, and we noticed that their util wasn't like super good when they were like hitting bomb sites or when they were just like taking fights. So we expected it would be an easier match than I guess like the public thought, but not necessarily that it was going to start 10-0. I mean, our Ascent's been really solid.
Yeah.
And obviously we haven't gotten the chance to show it. And I'm sure in the back of all of my players' minds are thinking about this like, I don't know, it's like 17 months or something they haven't won an Ascent.
Yeah.
But I was glad we were able to finally play it today and break the curse.
How tight, though, were the butt cheeks as the rounds continued forward?
Yeah.
Yo, he's in a room back there. He can't tell what's going on.
When I saw we got mid fought on our mid default and then we got completely cleaned, I was like, might be a tough half. Yeah, might be a tough half. But then I was thinking, I'm like, we only got to get 2 rounds. I have 2 pauses. Like, worst case scenario, I can, figure something out.
Yeah.
And then we ended up pausing. We called one of our set strats that we prepared for the match and worked twice. It was
You love to see it.
Yeah,
you love to see it.
Coming into this match this week, what do you think was different with the preparation? And do you think C9 playing earlier in the week helped? I know you mentioned a little bit about their comps being low util. Do you think that really helped, or do you think there was also like another layer that you guys added in order to make this performance the way it was today?
I'd say we prepped pretty well around the enemy team that we're playing. I would say without a doubt the Loud series helped us so much in prep for bind. We didn't really know what to expect out of their bind, but then they ended up, fortunately for us, having to show it, and it was their map pick. So we were able to see kind of, well, 1, that they're playing Cypher, 2, quickly create some ideas of what we wanted to do against Cypher, like little details we wanted to change.
Yeah.
And we just ran that game plan and we just, played it flawlessly. So it felt very good in terms of preparation.
Yeah, it looked good too. And I think one of the things that I've noticed, and a lot of people have noticed about 100 Thieves, the perception is you look really strong when doing like set piece like execs primarily, especially on bind. Like the execs look really good. Also retakes, any sort of like plant denial, like those very clear ideas. I'm curious how that matches up with your view of the team, and if you think you have any strengths that maybe aren't being touched on so much.
No, I think that's definitely a fair take. I would say one of the things we're working on a lot as a team is being able to default. I think like in the long run, like set strats will always be good to get you some rounds. And if you spot like a vulnerability, like the set strat will be, very nice to thwart it. But when it comes down to it, if you want to be the best, you have to be able to default and you have to be able to play these rounds a bit longer. Something we've been working on, and on certain maps, it looks really, really good. Like on bind, we're very, very good at mid-rounding, but on other maps, we still need some work. But it's a process that with time, we think we'll be able to, build into.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I do see that we got a Twitch chat question from Ions. I think. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry about that, buddy.
I like the Z's on the end.
Yeah, all the Z's. Got to make sure you pronounce it. All right, looking forward, what would be a successful year for 100 Thieves in your mind, like qualifying to Shanghai or champs or something maybe even higher than that? What is, I guess, that bar for success that this team has set for themselves this season?
I mean, I would usually say, like, it's kind of corny, but it's like, for me, the most important thing is just that every single day of practice, we have a very clear goal. We're working on the goal and that we're making improvement on it. And if that's happening, then I'm good.
So you're more of
whatever
the day.
Happens, yeah, whatever
You're
happens.
a day-by-day guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because you're coming into this head coach role here, and I think that's how you kind of had to operate when you were on EG as well, right? Like just day in, day out, just play it by ear. How for you has been the experience of taking that role of head coach now, on an org like 100 Thieves, which comes with a lot of pressure. How have you taken to that role when you were offered that opportunity? Were you just like, yo, let's go. I'm gonna dominate this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was stoked because I mean, I was coaching in League for a very long time, for
CLG days.
About 7 years. So I'm used to
Got a couple league kids over here, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And then I'm used to the criticism that comes with the role. I'm used to the responsibility that comes with the role. And I mean, I love it personally.
Yeah.
I think it's nice having more skin in the game and being able to clearly choose the direction that you want to go. So me personally, I love it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been good for me. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and honestly, as someone that was previously a head coach, and then when you came into Valorant, I know you did assistant coach work for NRG, I believe, right? Before Evil Geniuses as well. You're then working with Potter, right? So I'm curious, as someone that was head coach and now is again, what sort of things did you learn from her that maybe you incorporated into your own style?
I would say she had a pretty clear focus on, one, getting a lot of reps, which I find a lot of value in now. And also just I'll say CS fundamentals, like making sure people are like going together, spacing together, and that there's like a solid entry, good util with the entry. Like these kinds of like basics, I guess, is like a lot of her focus that I also bring and make sure that I'm like fully like making sure is solid in my team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
A little bit of that, and then I do a lot of the like strategy focus specifically. So I'd say that's, yeah.
I was curious about that too, because it would make sense for me, someone that came over from League of Legends, like I think a lot about like comps, about like more macro strategy.
Yeah.
Is that like the biggest strength of yours, you would think, or something else?
I would say it's definitely one of my bigger strengths. I think I have like really, really good visualization for how scenarios will play out, if a strat will be good or consistent, if, you know, we have perfect like little details.
Yeah.
I always try to make sure that all of the little details are perfect. Like swapping who is actually baiting for who in a certain setup, or like who should go first on the entry. Just like all of these small details, I try to make sure we dry run and rehearse over and over and over until we get it right. And a lot of it in our set strats shows. Like all of these little details are just absolutely perfect.
100%.
Well, you know, the devil's in the details, and that's what it's all about. You win or lose based on that, you know. Well, let's go ahead and get more details, shall we? Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings. Segue and see what we have coming up as far as our standings are concerned. Of course, 100 Thieves managed to make their way up to second place in the Omega group, just behind Leviathan. And that's got to feel pretty damn good for you, though, right? To see like the way that the conversation was for 100 Thieves at the start of the season, even at the beginning when you guys were falling short a little bit, till now, I don't think anyone can question the amount of work that this team has put in. How proud are you feeling of the boys?
I'm definitely very proud. I mean, we obviously, don't get me wrong, we have so much that we need to improve on.
Sure,
but
yeah.
There's a lot of like good, obviously. Like in my opinion, we have some of the best aimers in the entire league, like, without a doubt. And it just comes down to making sure that they understand how to play together and how to be free, be loose when they need to be, and when they need to play tight when they need to play tight.
Yeah.
And right now we're like getting into that balance of things. I'd say these last 2 weeks we definitely like freed up more.
Yeah.
And we just fully embraced like taking our own timings, taking individual fights. And like you see that a lot now. We don't always have perfect fundamentals. We're a team that's going to, look for the X factor and then look to punish when we have an advantage.
Yeah.
Do you feel like in the next coming matches, you guys are going to be as confident as you were today? And which team are you looking forward to playing to the most?
Oh, that's a good one.
We're definitely going to be confident. I can tell you that. I mean, just
You got Busio on your
My
team. I think
bad.
you'll be all right.
Yo, my bad.
we're going to be confident no matter what. But I'm looking forward to fighting both Crew and NRG. Those are our last 2 matches. Energy is exciting because, I've been teaming with Ethan for, the last 2 years. So that'll be a fun match. Obviously, Max is on the team as well. Obviously, they didn't have a great showing. So hopefully they maintain that form, you know what I mean, going into our match.
Yo, you got to chill on that smile.
That's the realest thing I've ever heard on an interview, dog.
Keep doing that, but I mean, we'll see. But I am looking forward to playing against him.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're definitely looking forward to those matches as well, man. Well, let's go ahead and take a dive and see what we're looking at tomorrow, though, for our schedule, because we're starting the day off with the Sentinels versus Evil Geniuses, and then it's going to be NRG versus MIBR. Zikz, you want to give me any predictions on this one from Game 1 and Game 2? I think game one, maybe, you know.
I'm liking Sentinels here.
Okay, all right. And
Shocker.
Sentinels here. I'm going to go with the bold take here.
oh, what a risky man.
Let me guess. NRG for game
might be,
2.
I guess, for the second, yeah.
Okay.
The safe bet. It's the
Okay,
safe
he's just playing it safe. You love to see it, man. Hey, well, congratulations on the victory, my friend. Hard fought for y'all because you just continue to grind this season, and seems like it's only going to get better from here. So looking forward to seeing what is to come. But for folks at home, that is going to do it for us here today. We thank you all so much for tuning in, and don't worry, we're going to be right here, same time, same place, because it's Super Week. I'm going to get a horn tomorrow. In any case,
We're not giving you a horn.
Here. Giving me a horn.
No.
All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you again, pal. Thanks so much.
Yep.
All right, we're done.
Surely here, they don't know which way to look. Stuck with not a clue and not a chance. Tough. Havoc looking the wrong way. That is almost a clean sweep. 13-3.
Enemy remaining.
Then sticking it. He's bought himself a wink on. Smoke dropped. And it's a shot.
Damn. Let's go.
Through here with a dizzy. Eventually take it out. Shots landing from Val and a reload. Even time for it. Sky is just walking them into neutral. What the heck? Lee's in a bit of trouble, but he's got to back him now for the rest of his team. And just like that, it's all top orders, all crumble. That is one of the cleanest matches we've seen in quite some time. I mean, G2 just dealing with them handedly.
Let me get ready. Oh, I cannot wait, bro. Let me look at him one more time.
I'll stand too.
A G7-0F.
One enemy remaining.
I think Boostio's mouse just died.
Oh. It's an IGL masterclass right now. Go, swing with me! We need to leave it on POV. Unfortunately, nice. They might win the round anyway. It's the craziest round. They won 4v5.
Oh, he's gonna run into the trip.
No way! Oxy's getting wrapped. He's the last one alive. Oxyno cleans him up 13-7 in favor of 100 Thieves. And he considers going in a shorty. He dashes into his lap.
You see how they play off of each other. It's all a setup.
There's the multiple you were looking for. Lands a third. Swing out behind it. They've gotten it down to 2. No way! And that's all it'll be. Rooney cannot. 100 Thieves obliterate Cloud9.